Tonight, we celebrate the accomplishments of another visionary leader. Our newest Lifetime Achievement Award winner is not only a visionary in our industry, advancing remote control and home automation products for more than 25 years, but also a philanthropist and a social activist. Let's take a look at his legacy.
In the early days of television, there weren't many programs to choose from, but if you did want to change channel, you had to walk all the way across the living room to do it.
There are very few innovators who are really the true inventors within CEDIA, and Mr. Park is one of those. He has truly changed the course of control. When you think of features that millions of people use today in any control system, Favorites is an example of something that really came from Mr. Park.
He is a true American success story. Mr. Park came here with $200. $100 of that was stitched into his pants, and he landed here not speaking a word of English.
He had the love of his family behind him, and he had his bright mind, his dogged spirit, and aspirations to succeed.
With the introduction of internet, our way of life has changed significantly. I believe people will look back and call this information revolution. CEDIA is in a unique position to harness this technology and make people's daily lives so much easier.
We decided to try and determine how many remotes we've manufactured and shipped over the past 10 years. And we were all shocked when the figure came out to be 100 million.
He instinctively looks to make people's lives better. That translates from his philanthropic endeavors all the way through to everything that he does in his company, URC.
I started a different type of business, supplying the component to the TV monitor manufacturer, and one of the partners happened to be the remote control. When I saw it, I thought that there's great potential if I put in my time and effort. As our industry provides high-quality audio and video in 1990s, our typical installers focused on new and better equipment. The last thing they have in their mind was controlling the whole system. I thought to myself, someday control will be a forethought, not an afterthought. I believe that someday is here today.
The original remote control was so big we couldn't lose it. Now we have a whole array of television, DVDs for air conditioning. They've changed the way we live our lives.
URC's roots have always been in remote controls. Over the years with Mr. Park's vision, we've been able to evolve our business from being entertainment-centric to controlling the entire smartphone.
He was able to go from Wi-Fi to whole house control over IP-based systems. He has really been on the forefront of control technology throughout his body of work.
Well, I think your picture is getting harder and harder.
Mr. Park is one of the most genuine, humble people I've met in this industry and perhaps in life.
I am so delighted that CEDIA decided to recognize one of the quiet giants in our industry.
He presents his position in a very quiet and inviting way, always inviting discussion, always asking other people their views.
In a world sort of driven by ego and publicity these days, Mr. Park prefers to be leading the charge sort of quietly, but with strength from behind the scenes.
The design and ergonomics of remotes have always been a hallmark of URC. Mr. Park leads that charge by having a very collaborative style with employees. It's not uncommon for him to come up with a new design, give it to an employee to take home for his family to all weigh in on. And he genuinely cares about that feedback.
I went to one of the first trainings for their home automation system. During part of that, Mr. Park shuffled into the room, the shy guy that he is, and his eyes just lit up. And you could tell he was so grateful for every single dealer that was in that room. He's grateful for his customers, for his employees, for his cohorts, for this opportunity that America has given him.
It's been a real pleasure to work with Mr. Park over the years, not only because through his vision URC has been a successful and growth-oriented company, but also because he deeply cares about his employees and consistently and constantly empowers us to be the best that we can be.
I look up to him as a role model. In his humility, he allows me to think of him as a friend and as a partner in the work of doing good in the world.
As a person of faith, I believe that what I have is a gift and trust in me, and I try to be a good steward of that gift. There's no need for people to go through so much suffering. If there's a way we can reduce that suffering, I'd like to do something about it.
For those who know Mr. Park, he shuns the limelight. Tonight, we are going to show him the respect and admiration he so richly deserves center stage. Mr. Park, would you please join me on stage to accept CEDIA's 2016 Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you very much, Dennis, for this high honor. And I also like to thank CEDIA and this community for nurturing us to grow in this industry for all these years. As many of you know, we have been attending CEDIA for a number of years. And some time ago, a dealer came by to our booth at the show and grabbed my arm. And he said, I remember you about 20 years ago when you were showing your product in a small 10 by 10 booth. And I've been using your product ever since. He seemed quite pleased how much we have grown since then. And of course, I thank him for helping us to grow, to be where we are, and also for standing by us in both good time as well as in challenging period. I'd like to thank every one of you for helping us to become who we are. We as a CEDIA community brought so much enjoyment in people's life through home entertainment system. And now we are bringing so much convenience to people through home automation. It's a great privilege for me to be part of this wonderful community. And I thank you very much, and thank you very much for this high award.